Hey everybody. So about that video that I made on Nova and Ice before, I wasn't very satisfied by that video. When I made that video, I was very tired. My commentary was all over the place. I couldn't speak correctly because I was pretty much exhausted whenever I made it. And it's also just because of the fact that I recently discovered some other things involving these guys, including some stamina break setups that I did not mention in that video, and some combo setups that I did not mention in that video. So I wanted to redo it, but unfortunately, as you can see, I'm in normal training mode, and I am not doing both of them in this video. And that is because, for some reason, every time I have tried to record using photo mode, it has crashed my game. Every single time. For some reason, it has caused my game to crash. So unfortunately, the only way I can do it is by doing them separately. So I apologize for that. And for those who are new, I will be showing the basics of these characters. I will be showing the ways you use their super attacks. I'll be showing their combos. I'll be showing their infinite loops, stamina break setups, and I'll be showing you tech at the end. So, without further ado, let's get into it, and I'll be doing, in this video, we'll be doing Nova, of course. I will link Ice Shenron's video in the description below, as well as linking you to the combo videos that I did on these two below. So, let's get into the stamina breaks then. Let's see your CPU status. Shoot guard from start. There we go. Of course, he has 5 triangle into light stamina break, and you can also do it into heavy stamina break. This is also an unvanishable stamina break. Fun fact, you cannot get out of this because this 5th hit is literally the exact same thing as a dragon burn. And I'll show you that real quick. That as long as I hit them with this 5th hit, they cannot get out of this. They're stuck. Unless I hit them first, they're stuck. If you want, you can also do it like this. Though I would not recommend doing it, because it sometimes does not work. Then he's also got this one here. Full square combo. And you're going to restand them. Bam. Then this one here. After this kick, if they don't have the stamina to roll out or vanish, like they did right there, show it real quick. If they do not have the stamina to roll out, you can either go directly into it or you can restand them first. Then he's also got this one here, which is 5 square, 3 triangle. Yeah. Though this one can be a little bit hard to time. You gotta do it pretty much as soon as he teleports. As soon as that auto teleport happens, you've got to press the freaking stamina break setup. Otherwise, you will whiff it. This can also not be comboed into light stamina break setup, and I will show you that real quick. Come on, Goku. There we go. Timed it as early as I could there. It does not work. It will also not work no matter what. I've tried it at the ceiling. I've tried it so many ways. It just does not work. So I would not try it. See? Even angling them down like that makes it miss. His stamina break is just too slow, and the angle at which it launches you makes it impossible. So the only way to do it is with this overhead axe kick. Now then, he's also got... Oh, let's see here. Actually, no. Wait a minute. Actually, yes. He has this one here. After this axe kick, restand stamina break, just like you do the other ones. Every single one of the combo enders that knock you down, if your opponent does not have the stamina to roll out of it, or if they don't have the stamina to vanish out of it. Excuse me, I tried to record this video earlier, but once again it crashed on me like I said, so I had to do this instead. And then, that's it. Yeah, that's it for the stamina break setups, everybody. He does not have as much as ice, but he has just enough. Now let's get into infinite loops. He has this one here. Put him on guard from start real quick. You're gonna key cancel. It's a very lame and annoying infinite to get hit by, but it is probably his best one. Then he's also got this one here. It has a flight cancel window. It also has a dash cancel window. This works both offline and online. After the final hit, the stomp here, you can also bounce them up with a key blast, whether it be a charge key blast or a regular key blast, preferably a regular key blast, because the charge key blast, as you saw right there, can sometimes not work, because Dimps nerfed how it worked at one point. It would actually bounce you up in the air for a very long time in the earlier days of this game's life, but you can loop it this way if you want. Then he's also got this one here. Actually, no, wait, hold on a sec. Not that one, this one. After that, go into triangle instead of square. Loop it, rinse and repeat. Then he's also got this one here. After that kick, it has a flight cancel and a dash cancel. Then after these kicks here, you can also continue with a key blast. After this final kick here, you can also bounce them up, of course. Then he's also got this one here, which also has a flight cancel and dash cancel window. And it also has a block cancel, so you can do stuff like this as well. After this axe kick, you can also, if you're close to the ground, I'll show you that real quick. If you're close to the ground after that final axe kick, you can throw a key blast. Charge key blast does not work, I don't think. Oh wait, never mind, it does. You can loop it with a charge key blast as well. And let's see here. He's also got this one here. This is the last one. Oh wait, no, I showed you that one already. Never mind. Excuse me. Now let's get into super attacks. He has burst reflection. Very fair damaging super attack. This is about the maximum range it has, I do believe. Doesn't have a ridiculous amount of range. And it will not combo from a distance like burst attack will. If you try and combo it from a distance, it just will not work. There's just no way to set it up. It does not have the same tracking as a lot of other beam attacks do. In fact, it's meant to be a counterattack, which I'll show you that real quick. We'll put him on super attack 1. There's the regular damage. Now, when he uses his super attack, does a little bit more damage. Yeah, you see that? It does a little bit more damage if you actually parry something with it. But the other thing that it has is this. It does have hyper armor. Try and show that real quick. Yep, there we go. It does have hyper armor all the way through. The only frame that it doesn't have hyper armor on is that very first frame. But let's be honest here, unless you're like a character like Hit or something like that, you're never going to be able to punish that. Then again, most people use freaking Hit because he's a broken ass character. So you're probably going to run into that a lot. Then he's got... actually, no, I'll show you how to combo into it first. That's one way you can combo into Burst Reflection, and then after any of his heavy knockdown combos when close to the ground, because they stun you for a very long time, you can go into any of them and link it as well. That's how you link it. And it stuns for a very long time, as you can see, so you can loop it like this as well. Now, Burst Attack. Burst Attack is his best attack. This is his best super attack. This is his best skill of all, to be honest. The rest of them just pale in comparison. This attack hits very hard, as you can see there. A very nice, nearly 5k damage. Has very good range. Let's see, I do believe around here is the maximum. Yep. It has very good range. Very good tracking, actually, as well. It's very easy to combo into, and as you can see there, that pillar knocks you into the air, so it is also a combo extender. So, just like Burst Reflection, in order to combo into this thing, same principle. Except it's better because it launches them. Be careful, though. You see that? That will happen if you're not careful. I was too far up above the ground, so he was able to roll. Although there is one thing that you can do right there, and you saw it happen. If you time it right just before they roll, you can actually meaty them. And for those of you who don't know what a meaty is, a meaty attack is when you purposefully attack in between the frames of somebody's iframes or recovery frames, and purposefully use a consecutively hitting attack. A consecutive hitting attack to catch them in between the ending of their iframes. It's basically what a meaty attack is. It's a fighting game term. A little bit of fighting game lingo trivia there for people who are unaware. Now, Fighting Sun. Fighting Sun is a temporary buff. It gives you a pretty fair amount of basic attack damage increase. What I'm doing here is the best way to use it. And if you want to be a dick, you can do that. Comboing into it is very simple too. Just do this. You can get 2 off before they get the stamina to be able to vanish out of it. If you're wondering why I don't just go directly into the stamina break, it's because as long as I don't actually hit them first before going into the stamina break, they can't vanish. So that's completely inescapable. I can loop them in this if I want to. And it becomes very, very gay. It becomes very, very, very lame, very cheap, very annoying. And as you can see, the damage is massive. Though the best way to use this skill is to use it before stamina breaking them. And then going into something to try before their stamina recovers. You gotta go into the longest combo you can possible, and then right as you knock them down, you hit them with a super attack right as the buff wears off. Because if you didn't know, this buff shuts down every single one of your skills for as long as it's active. That's the biggest reason this thing is not used by many people, even though the increase is immense. It doesn't last long, and the payoff is just dreadful, because it seals off your evasive skill as well, which means people are going to unvanishable you a lot if you use it. A competent player is going to take advantage of it to unvanishable you. Now, charge key wave. It's a worse version of rise to action. You're better off just going to the ground real quick and then standing there for a couple seconds, because it doesn't leave you wide open. You can move out of the way if your opponent tries to punish you. With charge key wave, you were stuck there for a very long time, and it's very easy to punish, so I would not recommend using it. And another thing I would not recommend using is this attack. And this attack is probably the worst ultimate skill in the entirety of Xenoverse 2 as a whole. It does abysmal damage, it's very hard to control. It knocks them all over the place when you hit it. It doesn't hit consistently. The last hit that makes it explode is almost impossible to land in a combo, even when their stamina is broken. And it's also got a terrible camera angle, and it also has this weakness, which is probably its worst weakness, is that I'm gonna put it on very strong real quick. He should aura reverse burst dash over to me. Now, sometimes it will protect you from aura reverse burst dashing, but other times they can break me out of this. The AI is failing miserably right now, though. But it is very easy to punish, as you can see right there as well. It has no stagger frames to keep you safe. Even though it's a big old barrier of fire, of solar fire, it's just a terrible skill. Don't use it. Just stick to burst reflection and burst attack, and you'll be good. Because it is by far the worst skill in the entire game when it comes to ultimate attacks. Now, Dragon Burn, I shouldn't have to explain this, but it's basically the exact same thing as the 5th hit of his combo. It stuns you for a very long time, sets up unvanishable stamina breaks, unvanishable supers, inescapable setups, and it also costs 3 bars of ki. I mean, 3 bars of stamina, excuse me. But there is a pretty nice use for it, and I actually showed it in my recent video involving Nova with the freestyle combo. There is a way that you can tech into this and use it in a combo. And if you wanted to, you can also do it like, you can also combo into it like this. Though you gotta block cancel real quick. If you want to be like cheeky or something and just use a bar of stamina to stun them in that, I guess you can. I wouldn't recommend it though. I wouldn't recommend doing something like that if you're trying to kill your opponent, but if you want to flex and be fancy, I guess you can do something like that with it. But there's another way that I'll show you in a bit in the tech section that is it's way more satisfying to perform. But that's it for his super attacks. Now let's get into just combos. I already showed you one way to combo. Here's a basic one here. Very simple. Very simple, very good damage. Solid damage, actually. Boom. Can do it like this as well. And you can do whatever you want after that. Be careful about that. Did you see how it whiffed? You gotta kind of like micro dash after that if you want to land a heavy after burst reflection. And it's kind of difficult to do. There we go. Oh, and during this setup, after burst attack, you can actually land a jump hit if you time it right. It's difficult to time, though. I would only recommend doing this if you're a seasoned player. But that's another way you can set up things like that. See that? Pretty cool. But it isn't really tech. Jump hitting is not really a tech. It's just a mechanic. If you time it correctly, as you just saw there, you actually can use the homing key blast as a cancel. When close to the ground. This only works when close to the ground. That's a pretty little combo that you can do right there. That's a very good amount of damage. Now for stamina break combos. Combos that you want to use to kill. I'll show that real quick. Put him on Z-Vanish. Oh, hold on, that got messed up. Ah, hold on, I messed up again. You gotta time it correctly. If you don't, that will happen. If they have more stamina, you can actually link more after that, but Goku's Super Saiyan 4's stamina is pretty low. Don't ever go into that after stamina breaking. Always go into that before stamina breaking, because as you saw there, it does leave a gap. And you can do whatever you want after that. Very good damage. You can see where the damage comes from, though. When you want to kill your opponent, you want to always combo into Fighting Sun. The trick to maximizing damage with it, though, is comboing into one of his heavy hits. Comboing into one of his little knockdown setups. To make it to where, even when they do recover stamina, they cannot roll out of it. That's the trick to it. If he had higher stamina, that would have been pretty much death at that point. Show you a different one real quick. You cannot really do anything other than just one heavy after one of his restands, though. After a burst attack, the best way to do it after you do a burst attack close to the ground is to always jump it, but like I said, it can be a little bit difficult to time. I hate those extra iframes that they gave vanishes. Or you can do this. That's another setup that you can do. After a burst attack, though this more fall. Actually, no. I won't show you that yet. I won't show you that yet. We're not going to detect yet. The stamina recovery is very fast. That's a basic combo you can do right there. That's what I was trying to do. All I did was use this as a cancel against the ground, and then grab. His grab is very good. Does a solid amount of damage. It's fast. And it actually has a pretty good amount of range, actually. That's the maximum range it has. I would not recommend doing this whenever your opponent still has stamina to fight. Oh yeah, that's right. They actually patched that. The, what I was trying to do there, guys, was that the homing key blast used to last a lot longer. And you can do whatever you want after that as well. If you don't want to go into the grab, another version of that combo that I did right there is this. This is kind of cheesy, though. It is very cheesy, to be honest. But it is a setup that you can do. You get the idea, though. But if you want to really maximize the damage after that combo that I did right there, you can do something like this instead. Or, if you want, you can also do something like this. Unfortunately, he cannot maximize damage like other characters can, because he doesn't have a good ultimate attack or any good, like, other super attacks other than burst attack. Like I said, burst attack is his best attack. So there's another setup you can do. Let's see here. Do you believe that's it for the the basic combos that are like really easy to do? So now let's get into the fun part, which is tech. Now for tech, like I said, he has this here. Hold on, let me put him on standing real quick. For tech, he has this here. Like I said, when close to the ground, this is a cancel. If you time it right, you have to time it right though. And that leads for you to be able to do stuff like that. You can go into unlock back hits. There's also, and as I showed you in my tech video, if you time it right, it's kind of hard to do. But if you time it right, there is a way that you can set up a very weird key slide. See? Very, very weird looking key slide, but it is a key slide nonetheless. You're stuck there for a long time, too, man. So I can autocorrect. It's very hard to time, though. I will say this right now. This is a very difficult key slide to perform. And you've also got to be on the ground for this to really work properly. But it does work, as you can see there. But you can also do it like this if you want. I'll try my best to do this. This one's arguably harder to do. There we go. That's another back hit setup you can do. Though that one is very hard to time. And if you want, you can also charge the back hit after that. But like I said, very hard to time. You gotta angle your stick kind of odd. I'll try and do it again. It's hard to do. The timing has to be very precise. There we go. Then he's also got this tech here. Sets up a back hit. After this sweep. This will not work if you're behind them. As you can see, they land flat on their face and they do not bounce. You have to always do this when you're in front of them. But this sets up stuff like this. Which is pretty dang sick. That's the way I was telling you about earlier. The Dragon Burn can be comboed into. That is just way more satisfying to get. You also used to be able to do this. Though you can't anymore. You used to be able to bounce them up with a burst attack. Like I said, it used to go like through your body. You used to like throw it forward, but it would go backwards through your own game model whenever you threw it, but Dimps patched that a while back. There's all sorts of setups that you can do in terms of like back hit sliding. The timing is not very generous. You've got to do it when they're standing first. He also has a key slide after this. After a burst attack. You can also charge the back hit. And then he also has a key slide after this. Though this one's hard to do, admittedly. It's another one where you gotta kind of make it go over their head. This also depends on the height of the character you're fighting. There you go. You can unlock back hit after that. After this, you can tech with that. Boom. You can do stuff like this as well. See, even when I do it really fast like that, it just does not work. If you time the jump hit correctly, you can actually do this for a little bit of extra sauce. I'll try it again. It's difficult to do, but you can unlock back hit after hitting him with the jump hit. Does that not work anymore? Hold on a sec. Let me try it again real quick, guys. There we go. That's another setup you can do. Let me do it again real quick. That was a little weird. Like I said, be careful about burst reflection when you're that far away from them, because sometimes it just will not work. This is also a way that you can set up a grab if you want. If you can actually successfully get it to go over their head, you can do it like that if you want. That's also a setup that you can use to set the key blast up. I'll set it up again. You pretty much always want to go into that tech if you want to make the most of that. He's actually kind of limited, to be honest, in what he can do. But he does have some things that are just really cool that a lot of other characters can't do. This is probably one of my favorites that he can do, to be honest. It's just so cool that he's able to do that. There's a back hit setup that you can do right there. And of course there's an overhead setup that you can do here, though it's admittedly hard to do. I'll try and do it the best I can. Oy, it is very hard to angle your stick that direction. Ah, I almost had it. Oh, hold on. You've gotta, you don't want to go into square. You want to go into triangle. Ah, it's hard to do, man. There we go. There's the setup. And you can do whatever you want after that. He has a bunch of things that you can do. It's just unfortunate that he doesn't have better second and, better third and fourth super attacks, and his ultimate attack is ass. But that is pretty much all of the tech I know with this guy. If any of you all know anything better with him, or anything more with him, please let me know in the comment section below. Because this is basically the end of the video at this point. There's nothing more I can teach you with this guy. Nothing more that I know anyway. So, I thank you all for watching. Please like, share, and maybe favorite if you want. And if you are new to my channel, please Feel free to subscribe for more of this kind of content from me. If this is the content you're looking for, I try my best to make it entertaining, despite my commentary kind of lacking a lot of the times. Unfortunately, there's not really something you can do with that. I've tried every setup I know with that, but it just doesn't work. You can't land it from a distance like that, though. You just can't tech from it. I mean, you can do something like that, but that costs stamina. But, yeah, that's it for the video, everybody. So, I thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.